Hey YouTube, Ohms here again with a quick little video. Some of you might know that JP is getting the Sword Art online collab, so just wanted to go through some of the stuff on there, see what's happening, what's good. I like to look at stuff that we're never gonna get. It makes me happy on the inside, so we'll go through the list, see what's there, see if anything's worth getting super hyped about. So let's see, what do they have here? So as with all of the collabs, we get a free roll, which is really nice. You know, something good. Something new that they're doing here that they haven't done before is they're giving us a guaranteed 6-star. So for about 21 USD. Keep in mind that JP prices are a little bit different than NA prices. So it's there for 24 yen, which is about 21 USD. I don't know how much it'll be when it gets here. I guess we'll have to wait and see, but you get 20 stones, which is what $20 is worth, you know. Actually, maybe a little bit more actually. So $21 worth a little bit more than 20 stones. But you also get the guaranteed 6-star, which is new. I think it's an okay deal if you want to spend money, but I feel like it's you know, it's a bit of a bait to try to get people to spend, which is it's whatever, you know, it's 20 bucks. But 20 bucks every collab adds up real quick, right? And as with the rest of the collabs that we've seen in the last little while, you can get the 1 stone and a random roll for $1, which is nice. Why not, right? So it's a 5-stone collab, and it has 5 6-stars and what is that? 7 5-stars. And so there's Kirito, Leafy, Yuki, Asuna, and Shinon. Then for 5-stars, we got Klein, Elizabeth, Sachi, Alice, Agil? I remember his name. And then Silica and Argo. Yeah. So they will have all the 6-stars in the exchange, so you can always just trade for them. It's 4N as per normal collabs, so you can trade any 4 of these GFEs or the 6-stars from the collab. So they got exclusive for the 6-stars. For whichever one you want. I went through these a little bit earlier yesterday, not in super big detail, but there's a couple interesting things. And then something they're doing different here is you can trade for 2 cards. So this Kirito isn't the one that's the 6-star, and then Yu-Gi-Oh. So those 2 characters are from the new Sword Art. I don't know if anybody's watching it. It's pretty good. And then you can get these technically for just farmables, right? So you can either trade like medals for them, which I wouldn't do because medals are rare, or you can trade like Super Kings, Tamadras, or Mythlets for them. So you kind of work your way up, right? So you trade the Tamadra for this, you can trade this for the Healing Crystal for the Teleport Crystal, and then the Teleport Crystal for the guys. Remember, these can only be traded once, so they can only be exchanged once. So you only need 10. 10 of these is so it's 5 per one, so it's 50 of those. Yeah, so 10 of these is 50 red crystals. 50 red crystals is 150 green crystals. So 150 green crystals can be, you know, like 300 Tamadras, or you can have 50 kings, right? 50 as each king, or is it all 5 kings for one? That'll be interesting. I feel like it's just gonna be a king for it, so that's not a bad trade. And we'll look at the stats of these cards later, right, guys? And then there's the Monster Point card, which is Yuna for 500,000 Monster Points. If that's your fancy. And this is something really interesting here that I saw that looks really interesting. So the Heathcliff and IG are the farmables from the dungeon, and they get 100% increased stats when you limit break them. Like they double up on stats. That's insane. And then all cards get 30% except for the 5-stars, or sorry, the 6-stars. Oh, so the 5-stars get 30% stats when you limit break them, and then the 5-stars or the 6-stars get 25% extra stats. Like that's something. 25% is a lot. So you can do it with co-op. That's fine. So they have the skill up dungeon for this, and when you clear it for the first time, you get the you get Yui. And then we'll go over her stats later, of course, so they're down here. Special dungeon drop, you can get the Nameless Sword. It's a light row assist equip, which is nice. Which is pretty nice. And then these are the three farmables from the dungeon. So let's go through some stats here. So we'll start with the 6 stars. By the way, if you guys don't know where I am right now, I'm on Pad Prodict. It's a really good site to do an amazing job of translating all the Japanese stuff for the NA players. So to start, we'll go with Kirito. So it's a base 6 star. Awakening's pretty nice. So unbindable, 2 skill boost, 2 TPA, 2 7Cs, and a voice, which will be good, right? For people that like this anime. So for 1 turn, increases combo count by 1 and changes or unlocks all orbs and changes them all to water dark. So it's kind of like Yusuke, but then it has a +1 combo thing, which is pretty good. Pretty good for PSI, right? And then the leader skill is very similar to Yusuke's as well, where it's 1.5 to all stats for dark attacks. Yusuke's for light. And we all know how good Yusuke is. And then 3 times attack when you have 6 or more combos. Yusuke is 7 combos, so it's a little bit easier. And then it has 3 times attack when you match Dark and Water. And then increases orb move time by 2 seconds. So it's essentially just a much easier to play version of Yusuke. And it's Dark Water. And there's a lot of nice dark cards that I don't get to play a lot, because I usually play a lot of light cards, because I have a really strong light box. So it'll be interesting to play this, because I have Valentine's Day, so it'd be nice to play with that a little. So that'll be good. Unlike Yusuke, of course, he doesn't have his own VDP, so you're gonna have to bring that in. But there's a lot of options nowadays. And then it has an assist evo, which gives you a TPA, 2 attacks, and then the same skill. So if you get extras, this is actually not a bad skill to inherit at all. It's a really decent inheritable skill. So next we'll jump into Asuna. And Asuna is pretty much a light row card. So she has 3 skill boosts, which is not nothing. 3 skill boosts is pretty good. And then 3 light rows, unbindable. And then her skill on a 14 turn cooldown increases your combo count by 2 for 2 turns. For 2 different turns, you get +2 combos. And then for 3 turns, you get 2 times RCV. On a 14 turn cooldown, sure, why not? Combo count is it's not bad. Combo count's not bad, right? And the RCV boost for some teams will be pretty good. And then her leader skill, you get 1.5 HP to light, 1.5x HP and 3x attack for light attacks, 2 seconds to move time, and 5x when you match 5 or more connected orbs. So it's a 15x light row. That's actually a really good multiplier. And then she has the 1.5x HP, so she's pretty beefy. So it'll be interesting if you want to play light rows. Not a lot of light row teams out there. And then this is really nice. Her equip makes you unbindable, right? Unbindable, poison resist, and the skill itself is not bad. There's a lot of dungeons that need the +2 combo count. I know whenever I run A4, I usually bring a +2 combo for Grotto, the 8 combo guy, because you want a VDP and HC. It's really hard to do on a regular board. It's actually, I think, impossible to do on a regular board with a VDP. But yeah, it's tough. Next is Yuki. Yuki's actually one I really like. I like her character, and I just like her leader skill. It's really interesting. So she has a bunch of TPAs, so she's a TPA lead. She is Fire Dark, and her skill is on a 7-turn cooldown. She recovers all awoken skill mines and changes the right column to fire orbs, right? So it's a column, so she makes 5 fires, and she recovers all awakening binds. So the wording here says all awoken bind skills, which means not regular binds, right? Because the regular binds and awoken binds, I don't think so, Blue. I don't think that's actually true at all. So a full awoken bind clear on a 7-turn cooldown is not bad, especially for things like Arena or Alt Arena. In AA, there's a lot of nasty awoken bind skills, not so many just regular binds. So on a 7-turn cooldown, being able to clear all awoken binds and make fire orbs, if that's the kind of team you're running, is not bad. And then her attack skill is what interests me, because I like different things. So she makes 4 times attack and reduces damage when you match 4 connected fire orbs. So if you make a TPA fire, she does 4x and reduces damage. And then when you match 5 or more connected non-fire orbs, so 5 of any other orb, it doesn't matter what it is, you do another 4x. So it's a 16x if you make a fire TPA and connect 5 more. And it has damage reduction. It doesn't have extra move time. It doesn't have extra SGV or extra what's it called, HP. So it's a little bit, you know, it's not super defensive. It does have the reduced damage, which will help, but you do have to make 4 fire TPAs. And if you make 4 fire TPA or a 4 fire connect, so a TPA of fire, you trigger half your leader skill, which 16x won't kill everything, but it doesn't make it a little bit weird to try to stall, because your defensive is linked to an offensive. The defensive awakening or leader skill is connected to an offensive leader skill. And then her assist, which is, you know, I think it's pretty good. You get 20% team RCB, which is not nothing. A lot of teams really like the RCB. It's like Asuna, where she has extra health and doesn't have an extra RCB. That will come in real handy, right? 20% RCB, and it gives you a skill boost, which a skill boost inheritors are always welcome. And she's an Awoken Bind there, so skill boost, Awoken Bind, 20% RCB. That looks nice to me. Not amazing, but pretty nice. Won't say no to that. Next we go to Shinon. So she's an HP based lead, similar to Dark Metatron if you've been playing with that. So what she does is she reduces her active skill, she reduces your health by 50%, and that triggers all of her 50% or less health awakenings, which each of them are 2x. So that's essentially three. So it's 2 times 2 times 2. Oh, wrong fake life. So 2 times 2 times 2. That's a lot of damage. She does 100%, 100x to her attack and damage, which her base attack is 2500. So that's not bad. And let's not forget, when we limit Broken, she's getting 25% more stats, 25% more attack. That's pretty good. She does have Guard Break, which does come in handy. She has an extra second of move time and 2 skill boosts. She doesn't have Unbindable, which as if you're ever going to use a leader, having Unbindable comes in handy a lot, because you can have the rest of your team bound. As long as your leader's not bound, they're usually doing pretty okay, right? So she reduces health by 50. She does 100x light attack to an enemy, unlocks all orbs, and then makes fire, water, wood, light, and dark. So she's pretty much a light Kali with an orb unlocked to it and a 50% health reduction. Hey Delicious, we're just going through the Sword Art stuff right now for a YouTube video. Her leader skill, 2 times attack and HP, which really works with her wanting to be below a certain HP. So the more HP you have, the easier it is to be at less than 80%, right? So 2 times attack, 2 times HP for attacker types. This is interesting. We'll have to see what sort of attackers out there. So far, I've noticed that all of these cards are attacker. So you can at least use the cards from this collab. But we'll have to see what attacker options are out there. D Meta uses gods, and she does really well. So I'm sure there's you'll be able to find stuff to work with this. And then the last part of her skill is whenever you match 4 colors or 5, you get that. So 4x at 4 colors, 5x at 5 colors. Yeah, so far SAO is only in JP, guys. There is not confirmed for an ace. Don't get super hyped. If it does get confirmed, I'll hype like crazy. But so far, it's only in JP, guys. So she's 2 times 2 times up to technically 5. So that's 20x, guys. So with 2 of them, that's 400x lead. With 4 times HP with 2 of them, that's nothing to say no to. I know it limits you to attackers only, but that's still pretty good. That's still pretty good. It'll be interesting to play around with this. And then her leader skill, her awoken or assist form, is 2x attack at less than 50% HP, and then 100 attack. And then it has the same skill. So nothing crazy, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Lifa, on the other hand, is pretty much the opposite. You want to be above 80% HP. So her active interests me personally because it's a recover 40% HP and get rid of jam and poisons on a 7-turn cooldown. I know it makes wood, but healing for 40% and get rid of jams and poisons on a 7-turn cooldown, I think is really good. I like that. I think that's kind of interesting. And then she has the 1.5x whenever you're above 80% HP. So it'd be 1.5 times 1.5 times 1.5 times 1.5, which is, due to the math, I don't know. It's like having 4 TPAs. Her leader skill is 4x attack and reduce damage for 50% when above 80% HP. So when you're above 80% HP, it's a 75% damage reduction, just static. Just for being above 80%, it's just static 75% HP or 75% shield. I got in today, hit one. And then she's 3 attacks when you match 2 wood combos, and then 4 attacks at 3 wood combos. So with just 2 wood combos, she's x12, and then with 3 wood combos, she's x16, which is a decent multiplier. So it'll be interesting to play with this. I don't like a lot of the 80% HP requirement, guys, for longer dungeons. It gets a little bit tougher, especially with big preemptives. But having a 75% static shield above 80% does kind of help with that. 75% is a lot of damage reduction, right? So we'll have to mess around with this and see how it goes. Something to keep in mind, I've said this multiple times and I'll say it again. So far, this is not confirmed for NA. This is JP only, right, guys? So hopefully it comes to NA, but, you know, don't hold your breath. The weapon assist gives you green OEs, orb enhances, and extra damage when you're above 80% HP. So it works with her. So, you know, not bad. Now we're going to jump into the 5 stars. The 5 stars are interesting. Usually 5 stars aren't amazing, but interesting nonetheless. So we have Alice here to start. Active skill, change water, poison orbs to light, locks light orbs on a 6-turn cooldown. So locking light orbs might have some value for certain things. Regards to the poison since cooldown, I can see it having some uses. Nothing crazy though. Leader skill for 5 stars tend to be negligible for the most part. So 3 attack twice 3 for light, 2.5 attack when mash, 2 more light combos. So you know, nothing crazy, right? And then her awakenings are just time extends. So, but the nice thing is that the 5 stars also have voices. So if you're big into sword art, you know, I myself might collect all of them just because I really like sword art. So I'm one of those guys. So we'll see. Next we have Silica. Some team HP, some skill boost, some FUA. Decent if you're starting, not really too great for the late game. So she makes the left column to water, right column to heal. For 4 turns, you got 25% HP on another turn cooldown. Usable inherit. It makes you waters and heals guaranteed, which is valuable for some teams. Some teams want to be making the column, right? So the column of heart automatically triggers your follow-up attack, right? So guaranteed FUA, and it also makes waters. So depending on what team you're on, it might be useful. Leader skills, 2 times attack, 2 times HP for dragons and healers, 20 times RCB. Additional healing, 1 matching an orb. So it might be useful for nothing special. We've seen a lot like this, let's be honest. So not super crazy like that. Next we have Elizabeth, super cute. So the awakenings TPAs, it has two skill bind resist, which is, you know, can be valuable. For 1 turn, increase your attack with 2 prongs. And then it creates 4 fire orbs on a 12-turn cooldown. So it's similar to the princess, whose name I forget. The TPA princess. What's her name? It's not Silk. Is it Silk? No, it's not Silk. Facet. So it's similar to Facet, but it also creates fire orbs, and it's, I think, a 1-turn cooldown. 1-turn shorter cooldown. So it's interesting. Leader skill, nothing exciting. Won't worry about that. Green dude here does have 2 machine killers, so if you don't have the red girl, man, I can't remember names today. Bridget. If you don't have Bridget, he's pretty good. Also, he's green, she's red, right? So he's got that variety. So two machine killers for certain dungeons might be useful. It's a 9-turn cooldown, 2-turn delay that gets rid of some jammers and poisons. So that could also have some uses for inheritance purposes. Leader skill, you know, 4 times attacks, another 3 for wood. Matching 4 for heal. So 4 horror. So you got 10x. Oh no, that's 4 2.5 ICB. Never mind. Oh, so it's just 4 attack. Okay, don't worry about it. Didn't even see that. Klein double 7C, so it might be useful for if you have a smaller boss, something newer. For 1 turn, greatly reduces damage taken and changes the 2nd row from the top to fire orbs. So greatly reduces generally means 75%. So this is essentially saying 75% shield for 1 turn on a 10 turn cooldown, which is good. And it also makes you a fire roll. So if you're a fire team, you know, might be useful for inherit purposes. I think this is actually good for a shield. A shield that also makes you fire. I think that's pretty good. I don't think that's quite right. And then you got Argo. So Argo unlocks all orbs, reduces awoken bind by 3 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. So it's a 3-turn unlock, and also reduces awoken bind skills. So that could have some uses. What's the ideal ranking team for Monday? Ooh, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look that up. I haven't looked at it. And the last out of 5 stars here is Sachi. Sachi has multi-boost, triple skill boost. So a triple skill boost is useful for certain things. For 1 turn, increases your combo count by 2 and randomly clears 3 dark orbs. So on a +2 combo on a 10-turn cooldown is useful, right? A lot of the other ones tend to have longer cooldowns, so 2 combo on 2 turns is pretty good. Leader skill is negligible, but you know, I'll see some use. We're gonna love my other phone. Oh, okay, DH. Well, good to see you. I haven't seen you in a very long time. So now we'll go to the dungeon drops, the farmables. So Heathcliff is one of the first of the farmables. So for 1 turn, reduces damage taken by 50%, and then deals 200x damage to an enemy. So it's 200x attack, which is good on a 9-turn cooldown. Requires 15 skill ups. 9 turn, 200x. That has farming potential right there. So that'll be interesting to see. Stats are average, but remember, if he gets limit broken, this is doubling up, right? For the farmables, is doubling up. So 7,000 and change HP, 2,800 or what is 2,870 attack, and 610 RCV. That's not nothing, guys. That's not nothing. Decent stats for a farmable, right? This is farmable, so everybody would have access to this. Next is this AG guy. Reduces awoken bind skills by 1 turn and makes the top row into dark, bottom row into jammers. You don't think the farm? Oh, you know what? That's probably right. That's probably right. Delicious. So it might not be inheritable, but still, just having it on the team, right? Because it's 200x attack for itself, and it's gonna have a really high attack. 28. When it's limit broken, 2,800 attack is really good. That's a lot of attack, right? So it will be interesting to see how that goes. 600 earthly, that's nice. I didn't roll reach ADH. So this guy makes the top into dark, bottom to jammer. So it makes 2 rows on a 9-turn cooldown. So it's interesting. It doesn't have haste, so unlike Nidog. You know, you can't do a system with it, but still interesting. And then we have Incarnation of Radius. So it has all the the farming killers. So it has enhanced material, redeemables, and evil material. No, it doesn't have evil materials. I forget which is. I think these are awakening, redeemable, and enhance. Right. Anyways, kill the farming stuff. And then the skill, 30% healing, creates 5 wood and 5 light orbs. Is it 5 of each or 5 of both? Probably 5 of each. And then it's a 12 turn max cooldown. Look at this literally hot trash. I mean, not everything can be amazing, Tommy, right? You can't keep power creeping infinitely, or else the game gets ridiculous. So this evolves from Ein, and then the stats here. 49, 58 HP, so double that when your limit broke it. That's almost 10,000 HP. Actually, with a plus down to 297, that is 10,000 HP. ARPB, which is, I think, really good. 10,000 HP on a farmable with 3 skill boosts. I'm sure somebody's going to make that work. Then we have Yui, which everybody gets for the clearing the skill up dungeon. Yeah, Vinegar. Just making a quick YouTube video about SAO, guys. So her active, I think her active is really nice. So for 1 turn, 3 times attack for attackers and healers. Yeah, this is SAO. So 3 times attack for attackers and healers, and 3 times orb time So on an 11 turn cooldown, like this, I think is nice. It's both an attack burst or a burst and a time buff. This isn't it's this inheritable? Is this God? I hope so, because if it's not inheritable, it's useless. If it's inheritable, it's insane. If it's not inheritable, it's unusable. So if this is inheritable, it's ridiculous. This is a really good active, like a really good active. So this is nice. See how it goes. And everybody will get this, right, for clearing the dungeon. So clearing the skill up dungeon, the top difficulty, I believe, you get it once. So, you know, pretty good. Pretty good. And then the Nameless Sword is the special collab drop. So for 6 turns, mass attack 200 to all enemies on a 16 turn cooldown. Oh, sorry. So for 6 turns, you get mass attack, which is like the when you attack everything, when you do 5 or more orbs. And also you get 200 light attack on all enemies, and it gives you 2 light rows. So if you like the light row farm, it's pretty good. And it also has 3,000 attack, guys, which is not a lot. Not a lot. Sorry, which is a lot. 3,000 attack is a lot. So if you inherit it on a light sub, you get the bonus from that. It's pretty good. This is Yuna, the Monster Point card. So her skill is recover all HP on a 10-turn cooldown and 2 times attack for light attacks. So full heal on a 10-turn cooldown is nice. Hopefully it's inheritable. We'll have to wait and see. I just assume everything is inheritable, because if it's not inheritable, it's useless. A lot of these are just unusable if they're not inheritable. And then it has 2 times HP and RCD for light attacks, and increase orbital time by 5 seconds, and then 3.5 attack on a turn skill used. So this is pretty much just for the inherit. Otherwise, it's kind of useless. It is a Fua above 80% HP, which I guess could have some uses. Nothing amazing. I think this is more of a collection thing, but that's just me. Be careful what you say, Tommy. No, be careful what you say, dude. That's not okay. So Yu-Gi-Oh, so he looks like his Blue Rose, unbindable, 2 skill boost. So on a 15-turn cooldown, changes the top bottom row to water, so it makes you 2 rows of water. And then for 2 turns, increase orb movement to 1.5x, right? So, you know, interesting. Leader skill is 3 times attack for water attack, 4 times attack when matching 4 or more water orbs. So no really defensive part to it, and it's just an X12. So as a leader, it's average, nothing crazy, nothing exciting. The skill up is interesting though. Kirito, so this is the farmable version, guys, that everybody can get. So the active skill unlocks all orbs, and then changes orbs to fire, water, and dark. So an 8-turn max cooldown, unlock everything, change everything to fire, water, light, dark. So it makes 4 colors and unlocks. So it's pretty nice. Leader skill is 4 times attack if everything's from the SAO collab, and 3 times attack while matching 4 or more colors. So X12 again forces you to have all SAO stuff. So nothing great, but interesting. Then it has the evolution material here. Nothing too crazy, but that says sword art. It's hype more for the fact that it's sword art than anything else. Nothing is like, oh my god, over the top, insane. Sorry, that's an annoying phone call. The things I think are really interesting is where is it? The Asuna Inherit. I think that's really nice with the unbindable. And then Yuki Inherit with Awoken Bind Recovery and the skill boost. Those are really nice inherits for both of them. Otherwise, you know, collection's sake, they're really cute. So we'll see if we get this in an A. If not, you can always find it on the JP server. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching. I hope you had some fun, learned some things, and I'll see you next time.